Hey, what's up, cuties? So in this video, we're gonna talk about a unit that I've been wanting to talk about for a good while now, and that unit is OBITO. This guy's actually really flippin' good. However, it wasn't until recently that I actually managed to evolve him, which is comical. So we're gonna talk about him, showcase him, but before we do that, here's a quick shout out to my members. Also join the Discord, link is in the description. Now let's do this. All right, here we are in wave 10, and we're gonna go ahead and just jump on into it and place down OBITO. Now, keep in mind that my OBITO has basically all gray stats, but bro actually has ethereal as the trait. So another rainbow trait, it's not staying in line with the other character overviews, don't worry. Rengoku doesn't have one, but on placement, bro costs 2,000 yen and does about 2.52k at max with the ethereal trait. Again, all gray stats, but we ignore that. 4.8 seconds SPA and 19 seconds for the studs for the range. So upgrade 1 costs 1,750, which is pretty good, and he gains about 1,000 damage from now. His SPA goes to 4.8 seconds, and his range goes to 21.2k. Although, on the topic of his SPA, I think it'd be worth talking about his passive as of right now. His passive is called Vanishing Step, at least the first one. The second one, we have to evolve him for, and upgrade him to level 8 for. But his SPA reduces 3% every wave, and it can go all the way down to 12%, which is nice. My OBITO, if I'm correct, can actually go down to like under 4 seconds. So bro attacks very quickly. Upgrade 2, he goes to 4.77k. His SPA goes to 4.3 seconds, and his range goes up to 22.4 studs. Now upgrade 3, we get the ability Lightning Receiver, which this is actually in line with unevolved OBITO, which unevolved OBITO is actually very good, I would like to add. But when we get this upgrade, he goes up to 5.47k damage. His SPA stays at 4.1 seconds, although this is not including Vanishing Step. This is just base. The next wave we'll actually see his full on his actual SPA, but his range goes to 28 studs. Upgrade 4, he goes to 6.17k, and as you can see, his SPA kind of dropped down to 3.8 seconds there. Well, it looks like it dropped down a little bit more from that. So I think the next wave is when he'll go down to his actual like lowest SPA, which will be like 3.6 seconds or something. So yeah, his damage is 6.17k, SPA is 3.7 seconds, and his range is at 30.2 studs. Upgrade 5 brings him up to 7k damage. His SPA stays the same, but he gains about 3.4 studs, which is actually pretty good, not gonna lie. He stays at Splash AoE, and he's probably gonna stay at Splash AoE for a fair time now. But if we get the 6th upgrade, bro goes to 7.85k, and his SPA stays at 3.7, and his studs go up to 36.9. He also gets the ability called Earth Slam whenever you get this upgrade. So this also costs 7,500. I don't know if I've been talking about the prices too much. So yeah, big old Earth Hand comes out of the ground and smacks these guys harder than Toph does in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So upgrade 7 upgrades his damage to 9.82k. He's actually getting very close to 10k damage, which is awesome. His SPA drops down to 3.3 seconds, and his range jumps up to 39.2 studs. And it costs 8,500. Quite nice. Now this is where OBITO is actually going to be quite fun, especially if you pair him with another unit that we'll talk about here very soon. Upgrade 8 upgrades his damage to 10.66 thousand damage. He does take a bit of a toll on his SPA, but he does gain a range boost up to 40.8 studs, and he gets the ability called Flame Twisters, which does exactly that. Burns enemies. And he also goes Cone AoE, which is quite nice. And since he's upgrade 8, we can check out his second passive, which is Curse of Hatred. Attacks inflict burn equal to 30% of damage. I know, very, very special. It's pretty cool because burn on top of bleed can be very, very handy, especially if you use like a burn bleed meta, which I think that could be quite fun actually. So upgrade 9, he goes to 11.78k. His SPA stays the same, but he goes up to 42 studs in range, and this upgrade costs 12.5 thousand yen. Quite expensive, but again, burn damage. This does damage to enemies over a certain amount of time. Kind of looks like enemies stay on fire for like 3-4 seconds or something. I'd say throughout the duration of the attack, that's how long they actually stay on fire for. You know what? I feel like that's kind of fair. Having them stay on fire for like 10-20 seconds or something like that could do a lot of damage. So could be slightly OP, but it's fine. Upgrade 10, his damage goes to 13.75k. His SPA stays at 4.7 seconds, and his range goes to 43.6 studs. We are running out of upgrades here soon. I've actually used this guy before, but his attack on upgrade 11 goes to 14.03k. His SPA drops down to 4.3 seconds, and he also gets a bit of a range increase, increasing his range up to 44.8 studs. And that is his max studs at level 50. Again, keep in mind, he's got all gray stats, So if you got some Z plus or something, this could probably even go a little bit higher to like 15, 16, maybe even 17K. Honestly, Obito's a great unit. Now let's place down 3 more Obitos since this guy has a placement cap of 3. And altogether, these guys do a lot of damage, especially that burn. Burn go crazy. Lots of burn, yes. And while we're sitting here, I'm gonna go ahead and place down a Haruka Rin and get her max so we can see his damage with maxed Haruka Rin damage. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait a couple waves before we can actually see the complete maxed out damage. So I'll be right back. Hey, just jumping in here real quick to say that if you're enjoying the video, then make sure to not only like it, but also subscribe for more. Currently, I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers before the year 2024 ends, so all support is appreciated. Thank you. All right, let's continue. Okay, so it's been a couple of waves now, and I think Haruka Rin is up to max buff. So the Obitos are now doing 16.5k damage. Quite nice, actually. A lot of damage. Quite dangerous, especially that burn passive. 30% of damage. You guys do the math. 30% of 16k. Yeah, they're doing that every tick, dude. It's a lot of damage. So the nice thing is, there's actually a unit in the game right now that amplifies burn damage, which we will be covering that here very soon, if it's not already on the channel at the time that you're watching this. So 30% burn damage is very nice. He is a little bit expensive to evolve and also to upgrade, but he's very good. Very good unit, fast SPA, and as of right now, I think it'd be fair to consider him meta. So if you're looking for a very good mythical unit, then look no further than Obito Ucha, and feel free to bully me on that pronunciation. By the way, if you haven't checked out my Sungjin Woo unit overview video, then make sure to go watch it by clicking on it right here. It was a lot of fun to make, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. And if you need a better unit, get him. Dismissed.